2 months. 2 months since 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother Jack vanished from their rural home in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. 2 months since the world held its breath, praying for their safe return. But today, on this chilling 2-month anniversary, a disturbing new detail has emerged, one that sends shivers down the spine and raises questions we can't ignore. What was in the cupboard that Daniel's mother, Janie, didn't want the police to see? And why did she fight so hard to keep it hidden? Stay with us as we unravel this haunting update, step by step, and dive deeper into the mystery that's tearing a community apart. Let's set the scene. May 2nd, 2025. A quiet morning on Gerlach Road. Lily and Jack's mother, Malehia Brooks Murray, calls 911, her voice trembling, reporting her children missing. She says they were playing in the house, slipped out a silent sliding door, and vanished into the dense, unforgiving woods of Pictou County. The RCMP launches one of the largest searches in Nova Scotia's history. 160 searchers, drones, helicopters, dogs, scouring 5.5 square kilometers of thick forest scarred by Hurricane Fiona. A boot print is found on a pipeline trail, but it leads nowhere. Days turn to weeks, and the search scales back on May 7th. The RCMP calls it suspicious, but insists there's no evidence of abduction. Yet, the questions linger like a fog that won't lift. Now, fast forward to today, July 2nd, 2025. The case is far from cold, but the RCMP's updates are scarce, offering only vague assurances that all scenarios are being considered. They've interviewed 54 people, administered polygraph tests, and combed through hours of surveillance footage. But the real bombshell comes not from the police, but from whispers within the family, whispers that point to a cupboard in an RV on the property. A cupboard that Janie, the stepfather's mother, didn't want the police to touch. Let's break this down. Janie lives in an RV parked on the same property as Lily and Jack's trailer, where they lived with their mother, Malehia, stepfather Daniel Martel, and their baby sister, Meadow. On May 3rd, just one day after the children were reported missing, Belinda Gray, the children's paternal grandmother, arrived to join the search. She overheard a chilling conversation. A policewoman was speaking to Janie, who was visibly upset, crying. The officer said, "It's okay, Mom. They're not blaming you. They just need to look in your trailer." But Janie resisted. She didn't want them in her RV. Why? She claimed it was because of her dog, a small Yorkie mix that might bark or get stressed. But then, Belinda caught something else. Janie specifically didn't want the police looking in a cupboard. A cupboard. Let's pause here. A cupboard? In an RV? We're not talking about a sprawling mansion with endless hiding spots. An RV is small, cramped. A search would take minutes. So why the resistance? Why was Janie so adamant about keeping the police away from this cupboard? Was it big enough to hold something? Or someone? Could it have concealed evidence tied to Lily and Jack's disappearance? Belinda's words echo in our minds. Is it a small cupboard? Is it a big cupboard? Is it a cupboard big enough to put 2 little kids in? The thought alone is gut-wrenching. Now, let's consider the context. Janie's reluctance isn't the only red flag. Daniel Martel, the stepfather, has been vocal, insisting he's cooperated fully with the police. He even took a polygraph test, which he claims he passed, though the RCMP won't confirm this. He's denied rumors of a party at the house the night before the disappearance, and has pleaded for the public to stop harassing Malehia online. But there's tension in his story. He says Lilly and Jack were home from school on May 1st and 2nd because Lilly had a cough. Yet experts have flagged this as unusual, 48 hours unaccounted for before the disappearance. And then there's Malahia. After the children vanished, she left the area with baby Meadow to stay with family, cutting off contact with Daniel and blocking him on social media. Why the sudden distance? But the cupboard detail, it's like a splinter in the case that you can't ignore. Family members, like Malahia's cousin Durwood or Darren, have shared unverified claims that Janie saw Malahia on the driveway early on May 2nd, possibly after the children were taken to an undisclosed location by one of Malahia's friends. These are just rumors, mind you, passed through extended family, but they fuel speculation. Was Janie's refusal to let police search her RV about protecting her dog, or something far darker? Could the cupboard have held evidence of foul play, clothing, a weapon, or, God forbid, something tied to Lilly and Jack themselves? Let's explore the possibilities. Scenario 1. Janie's reluctance was innocent. Maybe the cupboard held personal items, medications, private documents, or something she was embarrassed about. RVs are small. A barking dog could make a search feel invasive. But if that's the case, why not step outside with the dog for a quick search? Scenario 2. The cupboard contained something incriminating. Not necessarily the children, but perhaps traces of their presence. Blood, hair, or clothing. The RCMP hasn't mentioned cadaver dogs searching the property, which is odd. In other cases, like the Madeleine McCann disappearance, scent dogs played a crucial role. Why not here? And scenario 3, the most chilling. What if the cupboard was a temporary hiding place? A place to conceal the children, or evidence of their fate, before they were moved elsewhere? The RCMP has been tight-lipped, but they have confirmed Lilly and Jack were seen on surveillance footage with their family in New Glasgow on May 1st, the day before they vanished. This is the last independent proof of life. Since then, nothing. No confirmed sightings, no trace beyond that single boot print. The police have searched septic systems, wells, and abandoned mine shafts, but found no evidence. They've received over 180 tips and conducted polygraph tests, yet the case remains a black hole of unanswered questions. And now, this cupboard. A detail that feels like it could crack the case wide open, or lead us down another dead end. There's another layer to this. The community is reeling. A candlelight vigil on June 2nd saw glowing lanterns released into the sky, a desperate plea to light the way home for Lilly and Jack, the Sepeknekatik. First Nation, to which the children belong, has urged unity and restraint from speculation. But the whispers persist. Online, theories swirl. Some point fingers at Malahia, others at Daniel, and now at Janie. The paternal grandmother, Belinda, noted Malahia seemed numb, without tears, during their encounter on May 3rd. Shock? Or something else? And why did Daniel reportedly discourage Malahia from visiting Belinda with the children? Was it control or just family tension? One final twist. The RCMP's Major Crime Unit has been involved since May 3rd, and experts like retired Detective Jim Hoskins believe this is now a criminal investigation. Polygraphs, seized electronics, and a child welfare file from months before the disappearance, opened due to concerns about the children's developmental delays, hint at deeper scrutiny of the family. Yet, no arrests, no charges, just a cupboard, a barking dog, and a mother's refusal that lingers like a shadow over this case. So, What do you think? Was Janie's cupboard hiding something innocent? Or something sinister? Why hasn't the RCMP used cadaver dogs on the property? And what does Malehia's silence mean? Drop your theories in the comments below. This case is far from over, and we'll keep digging until the truth comes to light. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Please subscribe. Your support keeps us chasing answers for Lilly and Jack. Until next time, stay vigilant, and let's keep their names alive.